Debbie?
Well, well, thank you so much, Teresa. Really appreciate it. Congratulations to Cheryl. Congratulations to Tamika. And Teresa, thank you so much. You always do such a great job with our recognition. So thank you so much. And I'm really excited tonight because I get a chance to kind of share with you and talk with, have a great conversation with one of our newest $100,000 ring earners, but somebody who has been around Legal Shield for quite a while, and that's Miss Karen Irish Borrego. And I think, Teresa, if you're able to spotlight her, that would be great. She's a $100,000 ring earner, a 2000 Golden App recipient, and Performance Club Pro qualifier since inception. So absolutely a consistent Legal Shield business owner. So what I'd like to do right now, I don't quite see Karen yet.
I'm here.
But okay. And Karen, I'm looking forward to our conversation tonight and getting a chance to know you. Of course, we've been hearing you on the call as you've been hosting our Shield Nation segment. But would you mind sharing for everybody, because people maybe not have had a chance to get to know you, but what is your background and what were you doing in the early days of Legal Shield? And by the way, too, how long have you been with Legal Shield?
Okay, well, first of all, I'm from Portland, Oregon, and my background before Legal Shield was everything from, starting off young, berry picking and paper routes, and then eventually after I got out of high school, because I came from a family with four brothers, and my parents sort of thought, I'm not going to go to college. That's what they basically told me. So I thought, well, I guess I'll just get out in the work world. My brothers went to college, and so I did everything from retail to banking to eventually starting a business with a partner of mine, and we went from local to international. And that was my first experience in business. I made a lot of money, but worked all the time. And then I went into personal development, and I was involved and got introduced to TPN, the People's Network. And I thought, what a great concept. And that's actually sort of through the back door how I got introduced to Legal Shield. And when I got introduced to Legal Shield, I wasn't too excited because I felt like with personal development, I said this to you before, like we were Mother Teresa, helping people understand about how to deal and work with people. And then attorneys seemed to me sort of like Darth Vader, it didn't seem like a good thing, but we got the service, and it was right at the time when my husband and I were getting married, and we used the service, and it saved us $800 on an airline ticket refund, and it saved us $14,000 on a lawsuit. And after that, I was like, okay, I think I have a different perspective now. This is the good side of law, not the ones that are trying to just, bill you. So that was my start.
Oh, wow. Well, that's fantastic, because that was like 22 years ago. So you've been with us for quite a while. But, and I know that you really do a lot, and you've been recognized in a lot of different areas. But what areas within Legal Shield do you mainly focus on?
Well, I have over the years, when I first got started, I'd like to say we got started from inspiration, but it was a little desperation. I do want to mention this before I get into that. What happened is that right at the time when we got married and got started in Legal Shield, my husband lost his business too. So not only did we lose business, we were 3 months behind on rent. And I think that's sometimes important for people to know. And not because I was proud of that, but because we were struggling. And we even had to turn his Jeep in. So we were like, we're going to talk to everybody. And we started out talking to individuals, but we actually landed a couple employee benefit groups. And that sort of put us into the first time into executive director. And what I've done over the time is I really, I focus on, obviously helping individuals, but I became a small business trainer. Because I come from the small business background, and I also have several employee benefit groups, but I also right now specifically am focusing a little bit more on team building and finding other people who see the cause. I will also mention when I first got started, we all have different challenges and bumps in the road. And here I was just recently married, and we are in our toughest financial time ever. We just spent all of our money, and we were sort of totally dead broke. And I'm supposed to take care of, my mother had passed away, and I'm supposed to take care of my dad. I'm the daughter. my mother had said, please take care of dad. And my dad was going through a mental crisis and lots of everything was going on. And here I am, I'm going through a financial crisis. And it was one of those things. And I will say this, I'm blessed to be part of Legal Shield because it gave me the time to spend with my dad, the flexibility to do what I needed to do, and the income to continue the flexibility, because I would have been fired if I worked for somebody else. I would have, I couldn't have done all I did for my father. And I was so blessed. And I do want to mention this one story for the new people too. Again, it took us about 2 to 3 years to get where we were, sort of things were going. I mean, we had money coming in, but we had a lot of catch up to do. And I will say this just with a little humor. I said one day I would say this, is that I drove a Lexus and, we had to turn my husband's Jeep in. But during the winter, I had studded tires on. And during July, I still had those studded tires on because I couldn't afford to get new tires. And so I was on a road on Twilliger Boulevard in Portland, and I saw a police officer where they were doing some road work, and he was flagging people through. And I was trying to tiptoe through with my studded tires, and I couldn't do it. And he pulled me over, and he said to me, do you know you have studded tires? It's July. And I go, I know. And I said, well, I've started a new business and I'm working on it, and it's coming along and we're almost there. And he goes, oh, I get it. My sister's a realtor. I understand. I still got a ticket, but I remember that. I thought there will be a day when I'll never have to say that. Now I can afford tires anytime I can, but in this business, you'll go through challenges. So anyway, hopefully that was sort of a roundabout way, but I work in all different divisions.
Okay, and I know we're going to talk about it in a little bit. You were actually just recognized as the #1 recruiter, and I believe for one of the weeks in the month of February. So congratulations on that. But you were talking about those challenges, and we refer to this as the price. But through those challenges, and I know when we were talking, you said that there were quite a few lessons that you learned. So would you mind sharing maybe some of those lessons that you learned? What kept you going?
I think the relationships I had with mentors and people, this is a family, the Legal Shield Nation, plugging in, staying consistent. It's so easy to get off track, especially when you have a lot of chaos going on. But you know what? I created friendships and had workout partners. Jolene Campbell's one of my workout partners, and I love just connecting with her, when I have something, and we just raise each other up. But this Legal Shield, Shield Nation team, and also local leadership were so helpful for me because, we all work together when we all rise together when we work together. And I think that was really key. But also, I believe that after my father passed, there was sort of there's certain goals you have in your business, and you hit those goals. And then there was this 1 year and a half sort of lag. I was trying to reset my goals. And it's so important to reset your goals, because what inspired you 5 years ago may not inspire you right now. And I had to reset my goals and go, what am I going to do? What do I want? And I wanted to travel more with my husband, and I wanted to have more of different things that were really important to me. And so as you go along in your business, resetting your goals is very, very important.
Oh, absolutely. And you've had, I saw, you've had so much perseverance. You've gone through, and maybe all that background with the personal development really helped, and that having those personal goals and having those friends and those mentors and people that just kind of helped when you needed the help along the way. So we talked about the price and the challenges, and we talked about the lessons, but what about the promise? What has Legal Shield allowed you to do? And include with that, what do you see for your future?
Well, I'm going to add one little extra thing. In this business, there will be people who quit. And it's really sad. You hate to see them go, or they just stop. And that was really disheartening. But you just got to keep going and reset your motivation. But what this business has allowed me to do, before COVID, my husband and I took an entire month to go through Europe. And it was so fun. I mean, I love traveling. He loves traveling. And we have gone on so many trips also with Legal Shield. and we usually go a week ahead or a week behind. But there are things that I like to give back to the community, the homeless community, young children. Really motivate me. Pets motivate me. I mean, I like helping, people that are, I like to give a hand up, not a handout. I like to, help mentor people. Those are things that really inspire me. And then also, we do want to get a different home. We're looking for that. We've just been so busy, but we're looking for a one-level home because my husband, who's a tennis player, has had multiple operations, which is good that I've been able to be in this business, but we want a one level so that, that'll come in handy in the future. But what we want to do is do more traveling and then just keep on the mission, helping more people. People need our services more than now with COVID-19. And so many people are having all kinds of issues, whether they're a business owner or they're an individual or a family or in, somebody in an employee arena. And I also want to just continue finding other people that see the mission. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, well, just congratulations, Karen, and just all the things that you have done, all the things that you've been through. And Legal Shield really has been there for you and with you all along the way. And it's really allowed you to go through that journey that we call life, but still be able to know that you've got a vehicle that you can change the tires on now whenever you want to. So thank you so much. Just really appreciate it. And before we wrap up, we do have a couple more minutes. And I was asking you because you had been recognized as a top recruiter. And you shared, 3 really simple tips in terms of what you did in terms of being top recruiter. I don't know if you remember because I was writing it down about, the number of contacts per day and just knowing that going through the numbers. Would you just mind sharing with everybody? Because now, especially with all the things going on in the world today, but also in Legal Shield and the opportunity, what were those tips in order to help people really help others?
Okay. Well, I think one thing, I mean, I've gotten recruits from everything, including even my pre-cancels, where you call your pre-cancels and they love the program. They didn't know they were in pre-cancel. And I had one recruit that came from that. He says, I love this. I want to do it. I'm like, okay, Chris, we'll work with you. Also asking for referrals for services, but who do you know that is looking for something? And I have had 2 or 3 referrals of people saying, it's not for me, but my sister-in-law or my brother, is a good contact. And then, go back through my list. And then also you can also, if you're, I don't recommend this for new people, but you can also get leads of people that are looking for income. And what I usually do is I do 5 to 7 new contacts every day. And I know that's a bit much for some people, but for me, that's my rhythm now. And so I just make it part of my method of operation. And some people are interested and some are not, and that's okay. And I always ask for referrals, especially, you create relationship with people, they will give you information in referrals.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you for being so generous with your time and generous with, with really sharing with everybody, because I think everybody can probably relate to at least 1 or 2 of the situations that you've had, lots of challenges that you've had within your, your journey, but also the fact that you've really been able to take all of this and still be able to keep that great attitude, still stay focused on your goals, on your family, and still be building your business as if you were just getting started. So thank you. We just appreciate all that you've done, and thank you for being with us tonight.